Greetings, I'm Vulkk, and with this video I would like to show my appreciation and gratitude to CD Projekt Red for their fantastic game. But of course, most of all, I want to show you what is the fortune that comes or that you can find at the bottom of a keg. In other words, the screen you're looking here behind me actually is a blog post, or rather a guide post that I've just published on my website. It's about the kegs in Gwent, and this is the best way for players to earn or find new cards. I've been playing the closed beta of Gwent the Witcher Cat game for about 3 months now as a free-to-play. I mean completely free-to-play. I haven't spent a single dollar, and I thought, since I love what CD Projekt Red has done with the Witcher franchise overall and how gracious and generous company they are, I thought even though $70 is a bit hefty for me, I want to share that money with them, and I would like to share the experience of opening 60 Gwent kegs right here with you guys. I hope you'll find it useful. Obviously, if you watch this video at a later point, because today is 13th February, which is Monday. If you're watching this, let's say 2, 3, 5 months later, maybe the pricing would have changed, maybe the content would have changed, maybe CD Projekt Red would have added the next playable faction. Currently, we only have 5. And in terms of the video, obviously the link to the guide will be down below if you're a brand new player to the game and if you're wondering what are kegs, what you can do with them, how much they cost. I'm going to show you in a moment, of course, in the game. I'm not going to provide detailed commentary during the opening because 60 kegs is a huge amount of content to review, or cards to review, so I'm going to do it very quickly and swiftly. I'm actually going to disappear with the webcam. You will not be seeing my ugly mug here on screen. Rather, you will be seeing what kind of cards are here. If something really desperately needs a comment, or maybe I'm super happy or super annoyed by a card that I'm drawing, I will probably comment something. Now let's jump right here into Gwent. And this is what you see, a lovely orc. This guy is arguably the best part of the whole game, but never mind. We've got an option to purchase these things with in-game currency, or in the guide I've explained what ore is, how you earn it, and what you can do with it. And we've got several packages now. Obviously, I told you I'm going for the biggest one. This pricing here is actually in USD, or US dollars. I don't know why and how the client decided to name those with Cyrillic in my own language, Bulgarian. But it's fun. And I'm going to immediately purchase all of them. We're still in-game, and that fart wasn't mine, I swear. I really love listening to that damn work. You've got an option to pay with a wallet, because I already have funds in my wallet. I just transferred $75, so I don't have to use PayPal, and I don't have to cut anything from the video. I'm going to use this option. Otherwise, you can obviously pay with your credit card or with PayPal. And I'm going to complete the order with the in-game currency. As you can see, I have preloaded funds in my wallet, so I'm just going to purchase the 60 kegs. And since I've never actually done that, we are going to experience it together. You've just bought these many kegs, 60. Do you want to open one of them now? I'm going to open the first one with commentary, even though I said I won't be commenting, but just so I can tell you and show you. Stop talking, silly orc. I want to show you what is the process. The contents of a keg are generated at the moment when you open the keg. So you can buy 1,000,000 kegs if you want. The contents is still random until the moment you decide to open them. There are different animations behind the card, and you can mouse them over and see what kind of cards you would get. In the bottom right corner is the rarity, or the rarity of the card. And those are the first 4 cards. There is going to be a 5th card. These 4 cards are randomly drawn amongst the full collection of cards available at the time of opening the keg. Once you click continue, these 4 cards will be added to your collection, and you have to choose a 5th card amongst 3 others. Damn it, I like that. I'm just building for one of the reasons for purchasing kegs with real money is because I really want to build a decent deck with Nilfgaard. And unfortunately, it's really hard when I'm medium level. I'm level 20 something, I'm rank 4 or 5, I can't really remember. So that's not really that high, but playing at that level with an insanely beginner deck for Nilfgaard or for any other faction actually is really resulting in a lot of losses simply because I don't have the cards when I start a brand new faction. So I'm going to continue opening those without commentary or with very minimal commentary. Just sit back and enjoy my luck or poor luck, depending.
For more! More!
All I have to say, even though it's a basic card and really easy and cheap to craft yourself, the Rot Tosser is a gold mine for beginner decks. Not just for beginners actually, but specifically for beginners. Very good card. If you can craft it, it's probably worth spending those 30 scraps, because at the moment of recording this video, this card costs 30 scraps to create. Unless I'm mistaken, I think it was 30. Maybe I'm wrong. Never mind. I don't really remember the pricing depending on their rarity.
Now for more! More! Goody! Now for more!
Cleaver is another fantastic card for beginners. Lock a non-gold unit on the battlefield, a locked unit loses all tokens, Resilient, Q and Shield, and its ability does not trigger while it remains on the battlefield. It's a fantastic card for locking things that buff themselves, such as the Axeman from Skellige, for example, is the first card that pops into my mind. The Ancient Foglet, of course, as well. Now, I don't really want a second Cleaver, so I might as well pick something else, although I don't really need Fringilla as well, or Fringilla. Could never remember how to read the name properly.
Nice! More! Nice! Now for more! for more!
Another thing that I've mentioned actually in so many places on my website and in previous Gwent videos, I believe, it's really important to note that even though it's currently closed beta, CD Projekt Red is going to return all the kegs that you've purchased with real-life currency. You will not get the cards that you've opened during the closed beta testing, but once the wipe is done and everybody starts clean, CD Projekt Red has been extremely generous and they're going to give us huge amount of rewards for our time spent testing and enjoying their early version of Gwent.
More!
I personally still can't fit the Blizzard potion in any of my decks, but that's probably because I'm not really focusing on decks where Blizzard potion would be useful, or at least maybe because I don't have a high-end deck and I struggle to find the specific spot for it.
Nice. More. Wow. Now for more.
These guys are a lot of fun in low-level gameplay. I have two of them already because I was rushing in and being impatient to get them from Kegs, so I crafted two of those combat engineers. Really good and useful guys. But again, not so much at later levels.
More.
You know, I would love to draw a legendary card at some point. Another cleaver. I think it's worth mentioning a quickly brief tip for beginner players. Do not mill all of your remaining cards that you think you would not need. Sooner or later, you're going to get bored with your current deck and you would want something new. Once that happens, you realize how bad a decision it is to mill all the cards that you're not currently using. So don't get rid of them.
Now for more.
This is just common sense, actually. I've not done it myself to suffer the consequences on a later point. Just common sense. But I know other folks who have done it.
Wow. More. Nice. for more.
Oh, this is the overpowered one. Actually, well, Dandelion is good as well, but since I have absolutely no intention of playing the Northern Realms anytime soon, I would definitely love to have Yennefer the Conjurer. And it is also good to try and build cards or craft cards that are neutral, because once you start picking other decks and building other decks yourself, you would realize that you have actually those extra potential from the neutral cards, because they are capable to fill in any gap anywhere. And I'm glad to say I finally got one of the most valuable cards ever.
Goody.
And it only took me about 20 kegs, I believe. 25, I think.
Wow. Now for
No premium though,
more.
that's a little bit sad. I would love to draw a premium. If and when that eventually happens within the next 30 something kegs, I will tell you a little bit more about the premium cards. If not, I'll tell you at the end what they are and why they are so cool.
Goody. More. Now for more. Goody. More. Razzies. Now for more.
I said I'm not going to do Northern Realms, but just for the sake of completionist, even though we're expecting a wipe at the end of close beta, I drew that one.
Goody.
Ooh, look at that, an interesting choice. A rarely used Skellige card versus a card on monsters that I've honestly almost never seen being played. Damn, that's a really tough choice. Would love to be able to learn how to play with Cambi. Although Cambi on its own is nearly useless. Ah, screw it. The card collection won't last long anyway during the closed beta.
Nice. More.
Wow, that's an interesting choice. Operator, definitely. Just because I said a moment ago, when you have a chance to pick up a card, look if it's neutral, because Operator is a neutral card and it can fit pretty much anywhere in many kinds of decks and builds and strategies.
Goody. Now for more. Wow!
Well, 25 more kegs to go. Huh. That's going at the same time quick and slow. But yeah, my friends, 60 kegs is a lot to open. Now I have all of the versions of the River Hunters, even though it says one. Remember that they have different art styles. And I have all of them, obviously. Let's go with Outbreak again. Another card to be milled. Milling cards is pretty much deconstructing to get some currency back. But as I said, it's extremely expensive to craft those cards after that if you decide you need them, so be very careful what you're milling. Oh, Neneke is actually quite a useful card in so many decks, pretty much almost any deck. Let's pick it up.
Nice. Now for more. Goody. More. Nice.
Assassination in its current form is a very risky card. But it's actually fun when you have to gamble with something, so I'm going to pick it up because I do want to try some things with Nilfgaard. No, it's gonna be Assassination.
Now for more. Wow! Nice. Goody.
Oh, really a fourth cleaver? Why not? 3 of them are obviously going to be milled because I can't have that many in one deck.
More.
Well, I've got a few of the clan Dromund shield maidens already, but they have different different styles, different art styles, so that's worth picking up. This is just a pathetic, very low quality card.
Now for more.
Gotta be the Grimmest because I do play Skellige quite a lot. Actually, I started with Skellige, then moved on to monsters, weather monsters primarily, because that's what cards I had available. I couldn't do a proper consume monsters.
Goody.
And now I'm trying to learn Nilfgaard properly. Oh, that's a lovely, lovely choice. Now, Eskel is a very common card, but I don't usually have any use for the Witchers. I don't play with them a lot. Udaurik is a fantastic card, and I do have it because Udaurik is loyal at the moment. And look at this guy, Stefan Skellen, one of my favorite characters from the Witcher books. He's a bad guy, by the way. When I say favorite, it's just that he's a complex guy.
Nice. Now for more.
I'm not actually doing the math in my mind. What is it? 3-4 legendaries so far? Not so bad. Considering the fact that I do have quite a few cards myself already from playing a lot of games. And I can mill a ton of cards from these 60 kegs to craft myself whatever I think I need.
These. Wow. These. More.
Approaching the end of the 60 kegs. Wow, it was quick. There it is. Another interesting card that I don't own. Wild Boar of the Sea. It's one of the new gold yellow cards. I don't know why I call them yellow. They're actually gold cards that have been added with the Nilfgaard patch about a week ago. Or 10 days is it now.
Goody.
Well, I don't have Margarita. I don't really need her since I said I won't be playing Northern Realms. At least not now, in the closed beta, but who knows? Northern Realms is, as a matter of fact, probably one of the most demanding factions in terms of specific cards that are not part of the free-to-play pack.
More.
Last one, this is the 61th actually, so a bonus keg. I can't remember why and when I purchased that one keg and how it turned out to be here. Maybe I purchased it in the previous playthrough and I forgot to open it. Whatever the case is, this is the 61st.
Nice.
Nothing special. The sad news is that I didn't manage to pull, at least I don't remember seeing, any animated or so-called premium cards. The premium cards are exactly the same in value as the normal cards, but they are animated. At the moment, not all cards in the game have a premium version, but most of them do. And if you don't know what I mean by a premium card, let me quickly show you. Collection. I think I do have. I should have at least, I think. Neutral. Geralt definitely is animated. No? Oh wait, that's the normal Geralt. Where exactly is... Oh, well, if you don't know what premium card is, just believe me when I say it is actually an animated card. The same version of the card, but animated, so something is moving here or there. And that's it. I hope you have enjoyed this opening video. I'm glad to support CD Projekt Red, so I've opened these 60 kegs, not so much because I'm desperate to get awesome cards or resources to craft awesome cards, but more because I really love what CD Projekt Red are doing, not only with Gwent, but before that with the Witcher games. I'm a huge fan of CD Projekt Red, and I've been supporting their work with any way they can, which means I've purchased all the Witcher games, all of the expansions, and now I'm about to purchase Gwent, all kinds of Gwent purchasable things. Of course, I'm not going to spend more money on opening kegs anytime soon. I will have a chance to open a huge amount of kegs when the wipe happens, and when they give me all the rewards and all of the kegs that I've just purchased and opened here before you. So that's gonna be another huge long video with opening kegs. If you have any more questions, leave a comment down below in the under the video. Visit the guide that I linked in the beginning. It will be, of course, down below in the video description as well. And that is it. I hope you guys found this useful and interesting. And because my OBS is set to change stuff around, or auto scene switcher, let me show my ugly mug again and wish you a lovely day, evening, week, whatever it is. Thank you for staying with me until the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Click the like button and help me out. Visit my website vulkk.com for daily videos and news. To help me improve and expand, consider becoming my patron with a small monthly pledge. And stay in touch by following me on Facebook and Twitter.